Yeah, good evening, everyone. So, last session you tried the end-to-end example. You tried designing it, complete end-to-end example. I uploaded. Anyone practiced it successfully? Hmm? That is important because you will see end-to-end complete integration from front end to back end, complete application project like. So you must able to try this. I uploaded zip file now, right? You haven't practiced it. We will do one thing, one complete doubt session I will keep. In that we can check what are the doubts, problems you are facing, so that I can clarify them in practically what you are doing. Okay. So anyhow, here last session we designed a template. This template works with backend API. We need to start the API also in order to use this. In this, we created registration, login, and all. So here we will use one more concept. So in this example, what we have to do is we implemented that server. This is server file. You have to start your API also in order to complete this example. Means in order to run this example. So node server.js. API started and application started. Now you can use the functionality. Here, what we done is user can register and the user can log in. Existing user can log in. So if he is new user, then we will do one thing. In shopper login, we will put a link below. So we will say link and here link to /register. It's a new user register. This message we will give. Now what happens in this page? It will display that. So if you are existing user, there will be a login. And if you are new user, you can register. Yeah, there is an option new user register link. When user clicks on this link, new user register, automatically the registration form will open. If already user, existing user. Right? How to interact with the database, inserting everything we learned. But here, I want to design in such a way that when user tries any category like electronics, jewelry, they should not open. They should say, please log in. They should not directly open. Currently, the categories are opening. You can open them. But I want in such a way that they will not open. They will display. They will display only when successfully logged in. If they don't log in, it should not open. Then how to verify that user is still logged in? How we can manage that? For that, actually, we use the concept of cookies. So we will use here cookies. I will say cookies in React app, React application. What is a cookie? Generally in web development, what is a cookie? Any idea? Actually, in web development, cookie in web applications, is a simple text document. Cookie is a simple text document which contains client related information. Cookie is a simple text document which contains client related information. That means client related information is present here. Why we need client related information? Because see, I already told you state management. Cookie is a part of state management technique. Already I explained state management. Na? So why we need state? Why we need state? Generally, what is the purpose of state? For storing the data. You can store without state also. I showed you variables. Na? In variables also we can store data. Then why we need state? Then we can store in a property. Property can change. We learned component properties. Na? Actually, I explained one scenario, if you remembered, that web applications use HTTP protocol and HTTP is stateless. Am I right? Stateless means they cannot remember information between requests. State is required to make the application remember information between requests. That means cookie is one of the state management technique. It is one of the state management technique used by web applications. So why we need a state management technique? Because HTTP is a stateless protocol. And cookie purpose is to make information available across requests. Actually, what cookies will do is cookies are used to store client details. On client machine, on client computer, or you can say on client device. Client details are stored on client device so they can be used across requests. They can be used across requests. So client details are stored on client machine so that it can be used across requests. I will tell you the scenario actually. Scenario is, suppose you are using so suppose we are using some Gmail. Let's say we are using some Gmail. When we open Gmail, actually the Gmail login screen comes. When we open Gmail, Gmail login screen will come. In the login screen, we enter the user ID and password. If user ID password is successfully verified, then it will give us an inbox. That means it verified and delivered one page. What is that page? Inbox. In this inbox, there are 5 mails. Now, every mail is in a separate page. Every mail is in a separate component. Every mail is in a separate page. Suppose it is a separate page. Now, what happens is, first it showed inbox. It says 5 mails are there. Now, user clicks on first mail. When user clicks on first mail, that means this page must be accessible. This is mail 1. This is mail 2, like this. This is mail 3, like this are there. Now, user wants this first mail. When user clicks on that first mail, this page will ask, who are you again? But actually, you mentioned that here itself. That means you mentioned that, so who are you? You mentioned that to inbox. But once you mention to inbox, who are you authorized or not? Inbox shows 5 mails. After that, from there, you need to go to first mail. Then it forgets your information. That means up to inbox only, your information remembered. From inbox, you are going to another page. It forgets your information. It's deleted. After showing you inbox, it's deleted. That means for every page in your email, you have to log in. This is not great. That means for every mail, before opening every mail, it says login. That's not good. Then what we can do, when we first entered this user ID, password and successful, these details we will keep in a file. In a file, we will keep that ID and password like details. This file is called cookie. And where we will save this file, we will save this file on client browser itself. We can save in client browser or we can save in client hard disk. We can save in the client browser or we can save in hard disk. If you save in client browser, how much time it will be there until browser open? If you save in client hard drive, even browser closed, it is still there. It is still there. Now what happens? You are watching mail 2, mail 1. It will take information from this cookie. It will not ask you to log in. Mail 2, it will take information from this cookie. It will take information from this cookie. That is the reason you might have seen you closed the browser after Gmail without sign out. You are still logged in. Am I right? You open your browser and open Gmail. Directly your email comes. Why it is not asking user ID password? Because that user ID password is saved in your computer in a cookie. Whenever you open Gmail, it will first verify, is the cookie still available? If it is still available, it will not ask you login. It will pick the information from that cookie. How many times like that you can open Gmail without login until the cookie is deleted? That means you go to browser history and delete cookies. Then all the site data is removed. Then again, when you open Gmail, it will ask login. You haven't signed out, but you deleted cookie. If you haven't signed out, but you deleted cookie, you will be automatically signed out. Some websites, what they do, when user closes the browser, they will delete cookie. Some websites keep until he wants to delete. Some websites means like banking sites. Banking sites, they don't keep cookie for so many days. They will immediately delete the cookie once you close the browser. Again, they will ask login. Security issues will be there. Cookies are very dangerous because you heard that virus comes through internet. That means while using internet, virus may come. The primary carrier of virus on internet is cookie. Many people will tell you that don't open that website, virus will come. That is like not technical, because opening a website, how virus will come? When you open a website, that website will send a cookie file to your computer. That cookie file is affected with virus, then your computer is infected with virus. If that is why, according to latest cyber laws, they given a rule that every website must ask for cookies before they open. That's the reason from past 1-2 years, I think you are watching, every website says we have cookies to send, will you allow? Am I right? Earlier they don't. Earlier they used to send cookies directly. They don't ask us. They directly send cookies. Due to that, virus may come. Online hacking, virus, all because of cookie. Cookie are primary carriers. That's the reason it is dangerous. So that is the reason cookies may be blocked. If cookies are blocked, this concept will not work. That means any website login will never work if cookies are disabled. You have to enable cookies. For example, see here, I will open Chrome. In this Chrome, we will open anywhere Chrome, Edge, because already I'm using Edge. I don't want to disturb that. I will use Chrome settings. I will open Chrome settings. In Chrome settings, I will search for cookies. You can see cookies settings will come. In this cookie settings, actually, there is an option allow all cookies. What I am doing is I am saying block all cookies. When I block all cookies, now open Gmail. In Gmail, try to log in your Gmail. I will open some email account and next. Immediately Gmail shows that your browser has cookies disabled. Make sure cookies are enabled and try again. That means if you ask, is there any alternative to login? There is no alternative. Cookies enabled, then only login. That means if cookies are disabled, forget login. No chance of login. There is no alternative. You have to use a browser which enables cookies. Otherwise, login will not work. You have to enable cookies, then use it. So why they blocked cookies? Because of virus threat. So that is the reason you can choose which site allow cookies, which site not to allow cookies. We can control that. So cookies are very important. What cookies will do? Cookies are going to store your details and make those details available across requests. Actually, cookies are two types. We have in-memory cookie and we have persistent cookie. What is difference is actually in-memory cookie means in-memory cookies are nothing but in-memory cookie. In-memory cookie is nothing but in-memory cookie is stored in browser memory, and it is removed removed when browser closed. When browser closed. So it is temporary cookie. Temporary cookie. That is temporary cookie. We call it as in-memory cookies. We have persistent cookie. Persistent cookies are nothing but persistent cookies are permanent. Permanent cookies. Permanent cookies stored in client device. So you can say client hard drive. They are stored in client hard drive. They are permanent cookies. They are stored in client hard drive. Now, what is the point here is permanent means if a client deletes from hard drive, they will be deleted. But even browser closed, it is still available. These are permanent cookies. You can set even lifespan also. You can say delete after 2 days, delete after 4 days. I don't know from how many days you are using email. If you know Yahoo Mail, Gmail in the beginning days, they used to give an option, keep me signed in for 2 days. One checkbox will be there. Have you seen? So you are recent internet users. Huh? Hmm? You are recent internet users. Huh? Actually, suppose we say images, if the images are there, I will show you. Yeah, stay signed. This is the old emails actually. Yeah, these are the old emails. Gmail, it says stay signed in. I think you haven't born at that time, huh? No? Right? So these are old emails. So when emails came in the beginning, they used to ask this, right? Keep me stay signed in, keep me signed in. The point is, see, they used to give keep me sign in for 2 days, 1 week, 10 days, like that. Now they remove that. They keep sign in forever. Forever means until you delete. They will keep that. So actually, what is this 2 days, 2 weeks is nothing but you can set time frame. That means automatically cookie deletes after that time frame. If 2 days you haven't logged in, it will delete for security. Now it is not like that. Now it is not having this, right? So this is actually old Gmail techniques you use. So generally this is persistent. That means when you select keep me for 2 days, then it will save a cookie and after 2 days it will be deleted automatically. Even generally, even today's session times out. Actually, you might have seen ticket booking. They will give 7 minutes time, 9 minutes time, 10 minutes time. Within 10 minutes, you don't finish the transaction, they will sign out. They will say login again, just bank apps and everybody. They will not keep your information for a longer time because of security issues. That is cookies in memory or persistent. So now actually React React can use various third-party cookie libraries to manage cookies. To manage cookies means, so like 3 phases will be there. Create cookie. Another one is store data into cookie. And we have access data from cookie. Another one is delete cookies. Delete cookie. These are the basic operations. To do this, so many third parties are there. You can use any. Actually, you can visit this website for third parties. So npmjs.com. Here you can search for React cookie. You can see lot of React cookies are there. Make sure that you are using a React cookie which is compatible with your version of React. Because recently our React is 18 version, some cookies not supported. Some cookie libraries are not supported. Check once you use, before you use, you check their documentation, which version they support. So you can see there is so many React use cookie, React cookie. These are all third parties. So many are there. Now you see this is a year ago. I will select this React cookie and it is showing it is available for 16 above. Very good. Then we can try this. That means this is the new version. That means for React.js 16 and higher version, it is supporting. So make sure that it is doing it. Blindly you install any cookie library without checking the version which compatible, you will face errors. So this is okay then. That means if it is supporting 16 higher version, this is okay then. Okay, let's create cookies. First install the cookie. So what you have to do, example I will show you now. Actually in this various phases are there. I will give a syntax here first. First one is install cookie library. So we have to use npm install React cookie. That is the name they have given. We will save it. After that, this is very important. Actually, this library it provides, that means cookie library is provided as a service. Cookie library is given as a service. What is a service? Service is a predefined logic which you can inject and use in your application without writing by yourself everything. That means you can say actually service is a predefined logic. You can say predefined business logic. Service is a predefined business logic. What you can do is you can inject and use the service in your application. Actually, service uses singleton pattern. That means object is created once and you can use any number of times. Another important is actually service depends on two things. One is provider, another one is injector. Service depends on provider and injector. Every service works in this way. A software developer can use a library properly only when he knows the architecture behind it. If anybody says that this is just a ordinary library, then he will use as library. But if anybody says that this is not library ordinary, it is a service, then using a service is little different. Suppose you have used Axios is not a service. Axios is a library. You used Formic. Formic is not a service. Formic is a library. Cookie is not a ordinary library. It is a service. Then service requires a provider injector. You should know this very well because otherwise you will fail in implementation. Because anybody who knows about service, he knows that service requires two things, provider, injector. What is the role of provider? Actually, provider is responsible for locating your service object in memory. The service object is located in the memory by using provider. And what injector will do is, injector is responsible for injecting your service, into any component, So whether the service is present or not, is located by provider, and it is injected by injector. So if you forget the provider, that service will not work. And very important, one more point you should know, that providers are defined at application level. Providers are defined at application level. We have to define providers at application level. Application level means where we have all components. Every component have a JS file. All components are accessed and used from which location? They are accessed and used from which location? Index. Index is our application level. Provider should work at that application level. That's the reason Axios and what else? Formic, these libraries, you don't need a provider, but cookies, you need a provider. That means what you have to do is, actually, you have React fragment. React fragment is present in which file? Index.js file. In this React fragment, what we do? React fragment, we will put our index component. Generally, here we will put our index component. Which component to start with? Now, this component is going to use all other components inside, because it is having the main route. It is going to use all other components. So your cookies must start from here, and they should work for complete set of components. Then here we have to make sure that that component is using a cookies provider. It is compulsory to mention cookies provider. What this cookies provider will do is, it will locate the cookie where it is in the memory. What is the purpose of provider? Provider responsibility is to locate the object in memory. Where is cookie? It will find, bring that cookie, and it will inject into which component? Index. So that now your application starts using. If you try to use cookie without mentioning this, then it will show error saying that there is no one to locate cookie. Who is responsible for locating the cookie? Providers. And providers are not required for other libraries. Only the libraries which are provided as service, they require providers. Currently, we are using cookies provider. Similarly, other providers also will come. Actually, that is the point of this. Let's see here. I closed it. Yeah. So this is Node.js. This is npm.js. And here we have React cookie. And you see here the React cookie, and you can see. So this is the React cookie, how to install. You can see they will give you information about this cookies provider. Cookies provider, it is very important. This is provider. Provider is responsible for locating the cookie. Who will inject the cookie? Injector. Injector is nothing but injector. Injector is use cookies hook. Use cookies hook will be there. This is injector. What it will do? Collect the cookie and insert into your component so that we can start using the cookie. So we need a provider and we need a injector. Cookie provider and cookie injector. This is important. So you have to first install cookies, and you should know that cookies are provided as a service. Then you need to configure this in index.js, and you need to use this for creating cookies. How cookies are created? Cookies are created. First, we have to create the cookies. To create cookies by using use cookie library, we have to use this use cookie. By using that use cookie, we can create a cookie. They will provide use cookies. By using that use cookies, we can create a cookie. Use cookies. How to create a cookie? So we have constant. We have three things now. Generally, we have a getter and setter. Here we have get, we have set, and delete. We will have three things because cookie need to be deleted, removed. So use cookies will use three things: a getter to get the cookie, a setter to set the cookie, and a delete to remove. That means we have to use set cookie and actually cookie name and cookie value. And here we have to define expiry. If you don't give expiry date, then it will delete automatically when browser is closed. If you give expiry date, it will stay for some time. There is nothing like infinity, right? There is nothing like infinity. Some people say expiry means we mentioned date. Date means expire after 10 days, 15 days, 1 month, 1 year. There is a limit also for that. Many times people ask that, sir, how to write date forever? There is no concept of forever in computer technology because everything is limit. You know, maximum date, it will accept 9999. Minimum date, maximum date, there is a range of dates. You cannot say forever. For example, you see life imprisonment. That means on a case, he is given life sentence. Life sentence means he will die there. No, life sentence means it is lifetime. No, not lifetime. It is 14 years, 15 years, 16 years that they call as lifetime. Right here also same. They say forever nothing is there. Forever will not be there. It will have a end time. You see your OTT platforms, they give download videos now. Download. How many days that download will be there? For 1 month or 2 months. After that, those downloads are automatically deleted. I hope you know them. Right, in YouTube, everywhere. That's limit. They will set certain limit for that. You can set that expiry. If you don't give expiry, it will automatically delete when browser close. When browser close, that is important. How to access cookies? We can access cookies by using this getter. Get, and we can use cookie name. We can access. How to remove cookie? We can use delete. What is that? Cookie name. Like this we can do. Let's see one example now, how we can manage that. Let's see. So we will go to our project. When user successfully logs in, that means in the output we will see, I will open home. I will give register. Already account is there, then login. Now in this, after user logs in, his details must be stored. Those details must be stored in a cookie. Let's see how to create a cookie. We will first install. So npm install React cookie, save. So we are installing React cookie. This is the React cookie library we are installing. After installing, make sure that you are using cookie provider in index. Go to index. Here we have to import. Which one? We have to import cookies provider. Cookies provider from React cookie library we have to import. And your shopper index must use that cookies provider compulsory. Otherwise, you cannot use that service. So this is the provider. Okay. Now let's go to login screen, shopper login. Here we will import. So we will import. So use cookies from. So it is use cookies. Yeah, from React cookie. It is using CJS system, common JS. Okay. So we are importing from directly React cookie. It is there. Directly from React cookie, we are importing these cookies. Once we will check in there, it is present in which library. Which library? Cookies provider. It is use cookies in directly React cookie. That means here we need to implement use cookies is not default. It is not default. You need to configure like this. Okay, we are importing use cookies from React cookie library. Okay, now we will create here a constant. This is cookies and set cookie. And here we have remove cookie. You can give any names. And it is equal to use cookies. This is the hook. Now we need to create a cookie. How to create a cookie? If user ID, password are matching, then we have to create a cookie. Then we will give here, what is it? Set cookie. Cookie name. Cookie name, I will give user ID. Okay, what is the value? It will be from values dot user ID. Whatever user ID value is there from form, we will collect it and we will store it. That's it. We can create a cookie now. Fine. Let's check, is it working properly or not? Okay. Let's check whether it is working properly or not. How to check cookies working properly or not? I will go to inspect. In the inspect, you can go to sources, application. Where is application? You can go to the application category, right? Sources not, we need an application category. Let's expand this settings. Settings, more tools, application. Yeah. Now in that application category, you can see the cookies, right? You can see now in this application category, cookies from local host. You can see cookies local host. Currently empty, no cookie is there. When cookie will be created? When user ID, password are matching. We will log in with any user ID. So we have some users. 127 colon 127.0.0.1 colon 5000 slash what users. These are all the users. John NIT is user ID and password is John@11. Okay. Here I am giving John_NIT, John@11. I click on login. If it is successful, then automatically a cookie is created. You can see cookie is created. A cookie is created. In that cookies, a cookie is created by name user ID. In this, the value is present. Now, this value I can collect and show in the home page. Understood? Who logged in? I can collect that information and display here. Let's see. That means after login, I need to display that information. Let's go to home page. So we can collect that information from cookie and we can display. Let's go to home design. Where is it? Shopper home. Yeah. In shopper home, I want to display here, let's say right side corner somewhere. Yeah. I will keep this in one div. This is in one div. I will keep another div. Or at the top, I will keep it here. Okay. Another div is there. Okay, we say it as a deflux, justify content between. And this I will keep right side. And here we will keep some heading roughly. In this, I want to display who logged in. Then what we will do, access the cookies. How to access the cookies? Import, use cookies from where? From React cookie, from React cookie. We have to import that. Okay. Now we need to configure. Here we need constant, and in the constant we have cookies, set cookie, another one remove cookie is equal to use cookies. I need to get the cookie and display. So what we will do is, here we have used here like this cookies. So expression, what is it? Cookies of cookie name. Cookie name is user ID. That means I will say hello and that cookie ID. And you can see in the page. So it should get the detail and display here. Hello, John NIT. It is going to get that information and display there. We can keep anywhere we want. We can display in any location we want. That is there. John NIT, that is there. Now observe here. I delete that cookie from there. Suppose if I John NIT, I delete that cookie. If I delete the cookie, that means his authentication removed. Then what should happen? It should automatically take me to login. It should say that please log in again, because I can't find your details. You have to log in again. And that means home page should not open until or unless he logged in. Then how do we do that? So it's simple actually. We have to write use effect. We have to write use effect. In use effect, so we will use here. Yeah. In use effect, we will verify if cookies. We will use one more. That is constant. Navigate is equal to use navigate from React router DOM. Here we will say if cookies of that user ID user ID is equal to undefined. Undefined means cookie not there. If cookie is not there, what should happen? It should navigate. Navigate to which page? Login. This we are displaying. That means if cookie not found while accessing home page, it should navigate to login. Now observe carefully now. I will delete this cookie. Manually we will delete from here. So that means what we will do, right click on that cookie and say delete. Now cookie is deleted. After cookie is deleted, cookie deleted. Let's go to jewelry. Jewelry products will come. Let's go to home and see now. I said that home is accessible only logged in. I select home, then it will take me to login here. Home will never open now. Similarly, every category should not open. It should automatically take to login. Until logged in, they should not able to see them. That means now everybody cannot watch these details. Even he tries to access. So we have to put the same logic everywhere. Jewelry, electronics, men's, women's, every location same. That means what happening here? You see the categories are loaded now. Where shopper category. In this shopper category, use effect is fetching the data. This should happen. This should happen only if cookie is present. We will write a simple condition here. That means we will import use cookies from React cookie. And here we will define a constant. The constant is cookies, set cookie and remove cookie. Use cookies. And here we will write a condition. Condition is if cookies of user ID is equal to undefined. If it is undefined, remember every cookie library will not verify undefined. Some cookie libraries are there. They have a method called has. That has method will verify cookie is available or not. Some cookie libraries are there. They will verify undefined, not undefined, empty. That means cookie is not there. But this library verifies by using undefined. So depending on the library. And here, if it is undefined, navigate. We need to import now. So we need one more constant navigate is equal to use navigate. Here we will say navigate. Navigate to which location? Login. They will navigate to login if it is undefined. Now anybody tries to open any category. I will go here. See, register came. Fine. Register is there. Fine. Now I will click on jewelry. Then it goes to login. I'm clicking home. Nothing. Home. Register is okay. But when I click on electronics, it gets to login. You can't watch them until or unless you log in. Now I will log in once. Okay, let's log in. John NIT, John @11 and login. When I say login, now home comes. And now click on jewelry. Now jewelry also will come. Here also I want to show the name, your wish. You can show anything. We can access cookie and show the name there also. That means here also I want to display the name. Then what to do? Here put another header. Here we will display what is it. So cookies of what it is? User ID. You put user ID here. Yes. Cookies of user ID. You keep that here. Then that user ID will come. That means now you can access electronics. There also it is there. You can access home. That is also there. Now until what I click jewelry, I can access that jewelry here because I am still logged in. But see one thing, I will go to home. Let's delete that user ID cookie. Right click and delete. I am deleting the cookie from this area. Okay, right click and delete the cookie. Cookie deleted now. After deleting cookie, let's click on jewelry. Now it says login. If cookie is not deleted, it will be there. If deleted, you can't access. Now I should not delete cookie like this. Delete cookie should happen when user sign out. Na? Am I right? That means cookie must be deleted when user clicks on sign out. So provide a sign out in any page you want, any location you want. Just what you do. Let's go to home. Home. Here under this, we will put a button. This button will be sign out. But the button appearance, I will put class name btn link. It looks like link button. And when user clicks on this sign out, that means we will say this is what on click. When user clicks, we will put sign out click. On sign out click, what should happen? Cookie must be deleted. So we have to write a function. What is it? Sign out click. On sign out click, what should happen? Remove cookie. Okay. It should remove cookie. Remove cookie. Which cookie should be removed? Cookie name is user ID. Let's see. After that, it should navigate. Navigate to which location again? Login. After removing cookie, it should go to login. Now you see here, I will click on home, login came. I logged in, login with user ID, John NIT, sign out is there. I will click on jewelry, jewelry is coming. If you want, you put a sign out here also. That means you can put sign out option in any screen, any location we can keep. It's taking time to load. Electronics, anywhere it is available. Now jewelry, electronics, it is available. I click on home and I click sign out now. When I click sign out, then cookie is deleted. You click on jewelry, now it will be login. You cannot because you signed out. So that means you log in, your details will be maintained. Until you sign out, it will be there. That is the concept of cookies. So here, what you can do, you can first register. Let's go. I don't have an account to log in. So what you do? Register. Let's register a new user. So I will register a new user, some name. Rakesh is the name. User ID is Rakesh11. Some Rakesh is the name. Password Rakesh. And email, we need at least one uppercase. Rakesh. Okay. Email is rakesh@gmail.com. Okay. Age and mobile, some mobile I given. And I click on register. When I click on register successful, it will go to login. So I want here remove, right? I want here you see user ID. User ID is Rakesh11 and his password something wrong. Then it will say invalid. I will say try again. So Rakesh11 and password is Rakesh uppercase, then login, then it gets to home and Rakesh is signed in. Now you can access any category you want, it will get. Now you can go home and click on sign out. And when I click on sign out, so it is removed. Now you try to access anything, register, okay. I click on electronics, then it gets me to login. This is a perfect authentication with backend database. That means user will register, user will log in, and user will continue his operations until sign out. Once user sign out, his credentials are removed so that he need to log in again in order to watch any details. So can we prevent any route from directly accessing by client? Yes, by using this technique. If anybody tries to open anything in your page, it will not open. It will ask login. And to log in, first they need to create an account. Then through that, they can log in. You see the fourth user details, fifth user detail also stored in our API. The data is stored. This we are doing with complete backend integration, the complete backend integration. This is how we can manage routes with authentication. With authentication. Is it clear? Right? This is routes with authentication. Now, once you know how to handle the routes authentication, I will show you one more example, like CRUD operations. CRUD operations means you can create some data table. You can fetch the data table and show here. In that, we can provide options like insert, update, delete. That means some products categories. So you can add products, you can remove products, you can update products. That means you must able to handle all CRUD operations. But to handle all CRUD operations, you need all CRUD operation related methods to write in API. Right? All the CRUD operation methods you need to write in the API. So currently in CRUD operations, currently we are doing two things. One is what? One is we are using create. Create is nothing but register. Another one we are using read. Read is nothing but login. Login is reading the data and verifying. And what register is doing, it is inserting, posting. If you want to update the details, we have update. And if you want to remove the details, we have delete. These two also we must able to design. Then if you can do that, we can handle the complete concept. Okay. But you need to try up to this. Because if I continuously go on delivering all these topics without you practice, you can't handle. I want you to practice this up to this part. Then I can move forward to the next concept. Understood? Right? So take time tomorrow. So you do it by tomorrow. Then tomorrow, first I will take doubts for both online and offline. I will take first doubts up to this. Is there any issue? Once if there are no doubts, then we will go to next topic. In the next topic, I will show you how to create an interface for handling all CRUD operations. That means create, read, update, and delete. Because out of 100, 95 interviews will ask you this as a practical task. They will say that we have data, design a grid. In that grid, all CRUD operations must work. That means you must able to insert data, you must able to read the data, update and delete. This is what you need to practice well, right? That we'll see tomorrow, right? So you first practice everything. Tomorrow, I will show you another example, CRUD. That I will show you all the part you have to try. Means I will give you hints. I will tell you complete API how to design. Front end you need to design. Then you will get perfection on that. Okay. So I will explain the API and give you the source code. You have to design REST. Okay. Then we will go into next concept. We need to understand very big important is about React hooks. We have to learn. Lifecycle hooks are different. React hooks are different. React hooks are function hooks. What are the new function hooks available and how to deal with them? That we'll see in next session. Okay. Tomorrow we'll continue then. Right. Yeah.